What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Super excited to be here with these guys.
Let's go.
We are talking about MyFirestorm's e-learning journey, a case study.
Cannot wait. Guys, you're gonna get something really special here, a special treat for you to learn what Firestorm, what Phil is doing with the Firestorm community and their e-learning, which is awesome. And again, if you're looking to develop an e-learning program, if you're looking to develop an online course, you want to do it in 90 days or less and save $10,000 in the process, what should they do, Phil?
There's a link somewhere around here, right?
Yeah, right below, exactly.
Let's go.
Click on it, we'll see you there. But first, watch this video.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. All right, so I'm really excited about e-learning and the whole thing that you guys are doing. And honestly, this is big movement that I'm a little bit older, and this didn't exist when I was coming up. So I'm super pumped about it now, and it's a way for us to get our message out to a lot of people, and kind of duplicate, replicate me and some of the stuff that we're putting out there. So. Yeah, I guess, where should we start?
Absolutely. So, like one of the big things, so, we're Firestorm members. We've been Firestorm members since the beginning. We absolutely love this organization. And as you've heard in Phil's intro, MyFirestorm is all about building relationships. And when people join Firestorm, no matter what chapter they're in, everybody's at a different level.
Yeah.
Some people are seasoned, doesn't mean that they know everything. Maybe there's some things that they need to unlearn because maybe what they do know and what they have learned isn't the best practice. There's some people that, they're just getting started. I've met so many, we were in those shoes, right? Just getting into the business world. Our networking was pitching to everybody we talked to, which is not what you should do. And this really allows anybody, no matter where they are in the process, to keep sharpening those tools and just keep sharpening those skill sets, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of the big drivers behind using this for our organization, was to make sure that everybody has a common language, there's a baseline of knowledge, and when you join this organization, you can come in and you can expect that other people are as knowledgeable, if not more, than you are with networking, and you can kind of get ramped up to speed, and you can understand, like, okay, here's how we do things in this organization, here's our culture, here's how you make an introduction, here's how you do this, that, and the other thing, and make sure that everybody's kind of at least this baseline level.
Which I absolutely love. First, I like how you said get up to speed, and also the great thing with e-learning, you can go at any speed and pace that you would like.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
It's all there. It's all recorded. You can go revisit things. Remember, practicing, repetition. We may have talked about that in a video,
Maybe.
right? But that's something that's so critical. So, so tell us a little bit more about. So you got the baseline knowledge, getting people up to speed. Tell us a little bit more about, what you're actually teaching in e-learning, and of course, this is for MyFirestorm, right? Your company. This is for people that are building relationships. So
absolutely,
it's tailored to their learners. We talked about that free MasterClass. But give us a little bit more insights. What is it about? What are you guys covering?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the stuff is, you got to build your network, then you got to nurture your network, and then you can eventually leverage your network, right? So there's this process that we take people through, and you've got to kind of get the foundation built. You've got to understand how you're doing that, who you should be spending your time with. Then you got to figure out, how are you actually going to nurture those relationships? What is involved in that process? So you identify who the people are that you're going to spend your time with. Then you go about nurturing and cultivating that relationship, spending a lot of time with those people, and then you got to do all that stuff before you can get to the end part, which is where everybody wants to be, at leveraging your network. So you got to, I'm going to get deals, right? And I think a lot of times people, they want to skip to the end. We're an immediate gratification society, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I go on Instagram and I get, I go on Google, I ask them questions, and I get stuff delivered to my house. It's immediately, it's awesome. But it's not that way with relationships. You got to put in a lot of time and effort and energy and lay that foundation before you can leverage your network. And so, anyway, and then we teach them how to leverage the network at the end.
Absolutely, and I kind of want to ask a couple, just from your experiences, from people that you've talked about that have gone through through this process.
Yeah.
What do they share? Like going through this process and how it related to help like as they were new Firestorm members. Tell us some success stories.
So yeah, absolutely. I think the process of really sitting down and understanding what you're doing as it pertains to building a relationship and being really strategic with your time. So that exercise in and of itself, you guys can all do this on your own and just put pen to paper, get a blank pad out and go like, what am I trying to accomplish? Who are my ideal clients? Who else is going to be able to introduce me to them? What am I trying to accomplish? Put that down on paper. You don't need any fancy system. We have a fancy system, but but you
Which is amazing.
You don't need it. Just start writing stuff down and figuring it out. I think just going through that exercise and thinking about it is so beneficial. All right, fast forward. There's a couple of things, and this is all free stuff that you can find on our website and all around the social media stuff. But so I'm not giving anything away. But there is a success story that I just heard about from one of the guys, and I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't want to pick on him too much, but. He's been a member for a long time, and I've been saying the same stuff for like 20 years, right? Like a long time. And I've told him the same stuff for like the last 7 or 8 years. And he finally called me up and he was like, dude, this is a game changer. Like,
let's go.
I finally did this. And it was funny when he presented it to me, he said, like, I came up with this idea and I did this and this and this. And I'm like, isn't that what I've been telling you to do for like, 8 years? I'm sorry, let's just repeat that back to you.
Go back 7 years in the footage.
Yeah, and what it was, it sounds so simple, and I think that's why he didn't do it. It just sounded so simple.
Sure.
So I'll tell you exactly what it was. He made a list of his ideal clients, right? And he's like, this is the niche we're selling to. He made a list of those clients. Then he made a list of the people that work at those businesses that he needs to talk to, the CEO, manager, whatever. And then he went through his LinkedIn network and his Rolodex and his, Firestorm network, and he said, hey, guys, I need to be introduced to this person. And asked for the intro. And surprise, surprise, people were like, yeah, sure, no problem, man, here you go. So he only needs to get 8 deals for the year to like make his year amazing, and he's already we're shooting this in January, he's got 6 in the pipeline already.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, bro, why did 7 years it took you? Like, how much further along in the process would you be if you had, listened to me?
Well, there's an old ancient Chinese saying that goes, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, the second time is now. So at least he did it.
Absolutely.
But what a huge, but you see, it's like, and we're going to get into another video about oversimplification of something. You'll see. But that's just when people think that they know it all. Yeah. Right. I don't mean to judge or assume, but it sounds like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time, have my business for a long time. I already know the game. I already know but it's just, hey, been giving you this advice for 7 years. Boom, it's here in this course, and he finally took it. He finally ingested the knowledge. He went through the process, and guess what? He's about to close all the sales he needs, probably in the first quarter, from what it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is nuts.
It is nuts.
Insane.
I love it.
What a huge success story. And then one last thing that I also wanted to dive a little bit more is, the course that you're also developing is not only to, inspire and help and grow the members of Firestorm, but it sounds like also it could be used to, help anybody around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it could be, a way to not just generate revenue, but also a way to get more members into Firestorm, like a top of funnel, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? And I think this is a good thing that people, when you're building an online course or you're thinking about building an online course, something to consider is that you can use this as a marketing tool. It's like having a book. When people go out on a speaker circuit, like you got to have a book so you can like have something to promote, and then you're like, oh, you got a book? Cool, come on and speak. So this is kind of the same thing. It's a marketing tool. It can expand your message. So we're a networking organization, and we have physical in-person meetings, and so it's a little bit slower burn as far as growth goes, because if we go expand into Florida or Massachusetts or Utah, wherever it is we're going, I need people there, right?
Yeah.
the course is a way for us to do that, expand into other areas, other countries, other, whatever. Where I don't need to be physically present, I don't need to have a physical presence, and that's a great way to increase your market.
Yeah, increase the market, increase the footprint, and then also accelerate the growth of the chapters. Because
absolutely.
You get people starting to take courses, let's say in Mississippi,
Yep.
right? And all of a sudden they're like, Scheisse, like this is awesome. I want to start my own chapter.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So that can also help just the growth of of Firestorm as a whole. So which is such a powerful thing. You're inspiring and helping people around the world building how to develop relationships, how to build their networks, all those things, and at the same time maybe also finding some key players to expand Firestorm into those states. I mean, just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's been great.
Boom, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. MyFirestorm's e-learning case study. Again, if you are looking to develop an e-learning program, an online course to spread your impact, there is a free masterclass link below. You can do it in 90 days or less and save $10,000 or even more in the process. Where should they go and sign up, Phil? One more time. There's
a link below.
Boom, there's a link below, and
thank you for the likes and subscribes.
Boom.